Good morning, everyone. Here I am. Been busy so far this morning. And today is our day that we pick a name out of my little bucket. I have all of them in there as of right now. And we'll do that at the end of today. So I hope everyone's feeling well and enjoyed Jesus yesterday. Very, very profound. We have an interesting visitor today. So let's call in Mother Father as we root down into the earth and ask for all the angels and the ascended masters to come and join us in our time together, and invite all those from all around the universe to come and to sit in our program with us and to learn and be willing to learn. So we're going to do our mantra. I am the soul. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will. I am fixed design. And take a breath and let that move in and through you. So let me say good morning to everyone here, which is Chase, Marby, and Barbara Ward, and Christina. Yes, talk to you later today. And same people all over again. But I appreciate and love that you all come. I feel the love and the community growing. So I'm wondering who can be insightful and tell me if they get an impression over whose picture I have here with me today. Anybody? Because we know your consciousness can see it. It's right here. Just happens not to be in the line of the part that you see of my space. Anybody have an idea from that intuitive truth? All right, so I'm going to just show you. So I saw her picture this morning of Mother Mary. This is from the I Am Sanctuary. So if you like this rendition of her, you can go to the I Am and probably find. But she's just the picture sweetness. Yes. And so perfect to have her be here. Let's see if I can put her up here so we can see her. There she is. While we talk. Well, Chase, you were right. Mother Mary. How's about it? You get a star, a gold star. Wow. For you know, as she comes here with me, she sits there with all of you. You know, Mother Mary's connected to the emerald ray, which is the healing ray. And more often than not, if you call her in for the night when you sleep, she will offer you healing energy. And you'll feel her hands on your feet, channeling light through you. So don't forget, she is a great healer. She is a great disciple in the demonstration of truth and how she holds herself. And I say that in the positive because she still does. You know, all the masters still exist, but as they grow, they change form, meaning Christ may now be Buddha, who's taken that seat, and someone's taken Buddha's seat, because they all grow. But this energy that's coming here with us to sit today is Mother Mary, the Mother Jesus, which he speaks about, and her discipleship, if I could talk straight, her discipleship was quite profound, and her ability to not only have clarity, but focus, and for a long period of time. And if only I could express to all of you the power that thoughts are, and not to hold on to negative ones. Yeah, it's important now with our world in its cusp of change. We all want it to be in positive change, of course, and loving. But we must hold that thought. We can't be afraid. We can't think of the worst case scenarios. So much to where they don't exist. So you heard it here. I'm going to tell you again, you cannot be afraid. As long as you bring in the light and hold the light within you, you are safe. And therefore, then you can make the choice to be a voice for truth and light and radiate that. What Jesus showed me today was for people to use that ruby gold ray and bring peace into the world, similar to how he spoke about yesterday. And that's going to give us the greatest results that we're looking for. Because it's true, we can't demand for it to be a certain way, but we can ask for peace, owning it within the earth within yourself. And in that, Mother Mary is a big part of. You know, there's an office of mothers. It's not just, there's many, many mothers who have attained that space. But she is the top lady. Different than Mother Father, for there is a superior mother that sits in that seat. Quite profound. I was blessed for her to come and be my teacher as I was learning to be a mother. And different than Mother Mary. She was of an Indian descendant, Eastern Indian. But she stands next to God. So, Mother Mary, she is the one who, as we're born, takes time with us to set the energy of what your heart will be like while you're here upon earth. What your lessons of love are. Because, you know, no matter who we are, we've come to learn more about love. And no matter who you are that says you already do that, I can assure you it's going to grow. There is nothing that's more definite, and that the level of love you know and share will continue to expand and deepen and become dimensional. So, Mother Mary understands how to do that really well. You know, it is said she resides in France, and that's where she lifted up to heaven from. And yet we know that even though when they reach heaven, they're still here with us and can be touched by us and heard. And it is during the time of Mary and Mary Magdalene that the original light languages were really put to use with healing. For instance, when they would massage feet with oil, they would also sing the light. So they're also, her and Mary Magdalene are tutors for me with my light language and how that works and makes about changes in people's existence. But so I hear someone asking or talking about, does Mother Mary help you with being a mother to children? And I would say Mother Mary can help you with anything. So if you're being challenged, perhaps it is a good time to let her come into your moment of prayer. And we're to sit in the name of Jesus, know he will join you, and talk about whatever's going on and see if the profound insight of resolution or what to do does not come to you. You know, parenting is an interesting thing, and for many people, it becomes learning how to parent yourself and things that you probably never were taught because we all live in a different generation of existence, and what our parents were living through was different. I mean, I had older parents. Maybe some of you had younger parents. So therefore brings the difference of humanity all around the world is not only the impressions we got from our parents from all these different levels of experiences, but that we brought our own also in with us, and for that to intermingle. Now, I was someone who always knew I didn't belong to my family. I was close to my father. He was the seventh son. My mother was like a divine mother. She was just love. She was an Avon lady. Everybody loved my mother. And so much so that I can remember the one time I was really hurt in kindergarten. A girl ran into me and her barrette went right into my head. And they couldn't reach my mom because she was out doing her Avon thing. And I had my dad show up. Didn't matter. I didn't want my dad. Excuse me. A little bit of a memory there. So I'm sure you all have little things like that. But as far as otherwise, I would have wanted my dad, but not when I was hurt. So Mary becomes that person that if you don't feel you have either, I can hear you. She can listen and keep her heart open. She can hold the focus on what you're saying and understand how you're feeling and bring you resolution. I believe that's what she sits and does that for most people now. And good morning, Julie Johnson, for joining us. So does anyone have a comment about Mary and their life they'd like to share with the group today? So I'm hearing the energy of Kuan Yin, and how are they different? Kuan Yin holds her energy different than Mother Mary's, much more like in a surrendered state in love, where it's not that Kuan Yin isn't loving. She's more in a healing mode She's a healer. Not that Mary isn't, but she's more about the love. And then you have Lady Nada, who is another healer, and she's in charge of the karmic board, and she's very powerful in her woman experience of perception. You know, perception is something maybe if you haven't learned yet, is how you see the world. Because for a long time when we're little, we see through our parents' eyes. And then there comes a point in the change. Barbara Ward says here, every time I feel I need a hug, I call on Mother Mary. That type of thing, yeah. And yet, Kuan Yin will ride the dragon of emotions and bring you calmness to them. You know, Lady Nada brings you the pink roses. And it raises your energy to the highest it can be. Because that's the energy she holds. Righteousness, truthfulness. She's about helping people release their karma, not get stuck in it. So the strong women of the light are very strong. And Mary is strong in a different way. I would say she's like the Rock of Gibraltar, but not that there's any piece of stone in her. It's just the way she's learned and studied for years to hold focus. And she knew who her son Jesus was and held that to the very last moment. And they've probably, most likely, spent many profound, beautiful moments together since then. I know in the Mother Sophia, she's there in his lectures, Mother Mary, and has conversation. So, any other women? Well, the one that comes to me is one who was my teacher. And those who have reached nirvana, which denotes that they are mothers, they're very strong. It's strong in love, strong in sharing, strong in the walk of life. And there's not much other way to say it. It's there's a freedom. The judgment, the criticism, they don't have that. They just love you. They just love everything. And they place themselves where they need to be to help us upon our journey. You know, I still get visits from the Supreme Mother. And I'm very honored to have that. And she explained to me the difference in rainbows. On one conversation, I remember we were driving up in the Shasta area, and she was sharing with me that we're used to the rainbow of the arch, and that is a earthly rainbow. But there are now a new rainbow that's a cosmic rainbow that goes all the different colors but flat across the earth. And don't you know it, as she's talking about, one appears in front of us. So be aware of that there are two types of rainbows. The earth rainbow, and more than anything now you're seeing two in a row or two next to each other. When we used to be glad that we just saw one. And now there's this beautiful, I have seen it once up and down, but it's without the bend. So contemplate that. Why would a cosmic rainbow not be bent? Same colors, perhaps a little bit different intention, but I'll leave that for you to contemplate. And Because we're getting to where we need to understand there's many levels of dimensions. You all know that. But there's many different perceptions in those dimensional experiences. And you need not be afraid when your consciousness begins to perceive them, because as long as you're within the light and you believe in light, for you must always choose light, there is safety. And you never leave to go anywhere without your higher self or your joy guide with you, ever. And no matter how much you think you know where you're going or who you're going with. So, and that would come from the highest mothers to let you be assured that you must always be prepared to be able to find your way back home. So, any other thoughts today? Sophia is the feminine of all of these mothers, myself included. It is the wisdom. It is the wisdom that brings balance to God. So when that wisdom lies within your heart, it is not the intellect of what school you've been to or how much you've learned or what you've done for work. It's more the wisdom about life, about living, about loving, about understanding and comprehending people from a different space, having an ability to perceive a person sitting in front of you through a prism that shows you greater depths of who they are, and being willing to know what to say, when not to say, and just to love. It's profound what comes and how you grow. So, the Sophia does fall. Every one of us have fallen. Every one of those we've mentioned have fallen, then to raise. And that's what the Pistis Sophia talks about. 13 times she sings her praises to ask God to forgive her. And then she finally gets returned into the light. But it's the same journey we all make. It's the same, at first being angry. You know, there's times you've been angry, and sometimes we've been angry at God. It's a part of the process. And then things happen, and you contemplate things, and you write about them. And then you realize it isn't God. It's deep within ourselves. Even when we go to blame other people, it's most likely not them. It's probably somewhere deep within yourself that you become dysfunctional. And how to bless and release that pattern feels safer when it's outside of you. But in the truth, all things need to come inside. The 144,000 parts of you, there are those who are already clear, and there are those that need to still be embraced, transformed, and illumined. And that is the journey. That's the simplicity of it. So for each step you walk, it is being prepared for the next lesson to show itself. And that's why you learn, what does this lesson mean? What is the message in this? And so here today we're at a place where our world is holding on by a thread. How did we get here? Well, we can't blame anyone other than ourselves. Some way we've all participated in ignoring the trees or not being aware of what water's really about, and got busy about other life, what it means and what we've given empowerment to, and we've all kind of become lost perhaps. So the greatest thing we can offer ourselves is to get quiet and pray, to understand all these things and why the mothers of the universe are choosing to create fires and have there be flooding and storms and all these things to teach us something. What is the lesson? And the lesson is we've forgotten it's all about love. It's the simplicity of love. It's love in the multitude of different ways, mostly for yourself. You can never do it to these depths for another unless you've found the way inside yourself. So, it's why we are here. It's why we're on this journey. And it's why it opens up to us. So, any questions or thought about this conversation that perhaps is getting a little too deep? But I know you're all safe. And that the Lord's blessings reach out over and around you always. And you need to be able to take that in and go into your root chakra and discover that safety. What does that mean for me to say you're safe? It means activating the gold part of your field, that when you are in the energy of your light, there is no harm that can come to you. None. And as you work on your energy, you will find as you begin to hold thoughts and create, like Mother Mary's example, your world will become that which you desire. Not what you want, but as you desire it. So we'll be grateful to Mother Mary today for all these examples she set before us, and to Kuan Yin and Lady Nada and to all the others that exist. Love is the way. Love is the way. Perhaps we have fallen, but perhaps the way to once again become the truth is to love. So, I'm going to start getting my little names out here. And so this is about one person. This is everybody who's been here to sit at the conversation with me all week. And I'm going to pick one who gets a half-hour reading. And I'll probably do it every other week. So, any thoughts? Yes, Mother Mary, upon her calling, you calling her will come and give you healing at night. And I see an edge here that's sticking up at me. And this is for Marby. So Marby, you get to have the first free reading, healing, whichever it is you want, with me. And we'll shoot the schedule sometime next week. I'm going to give you my phone number. If you're ready. Hopefully you're still here. You can let me know if you're here. 610-888-7853. And I'll call you back and we'll schedule your session. But is that exciting? Yes, congratulations, Marby. Are you here? Because otherwise I have no way to reach you. And she says it's a lovely day. Well, so if anyone knows her, to let her know. Before you chose, I heard Marby's name, although I had Chase in my thoughts. Wow. Yes, your intuition, all of you, is increasing. It's great. Well, I'm going to say, I don't know if Marby's here, but if not, maybe she'll be here on Monday. She was here early. Yeah. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I get lost when they repeat. Julie, it must be easier than we have made it out to be. Focus on the light and allow. Always been a fighter. Well, it may sound easy until you start to do it. You know, there's challenges. That's what the path's about is, yes, taking a breath and focusing on the light and allowing. But there's a piece of you that has to surrender to it. Surrender is not always the most easiest thing to do, and letting go of the ego, because the ego has been telling you how to live, who you are, and what you do for a very long time. So there are components on the path that can make it more difficult than it sounds. Chase says, I will let her know later. Well, thank you, Chase. Oh, there's Marby. Okay, thank you. So let me give you my number again, 610-888-7853. And leave a message if I don't answer, because I'm working all day the rest of today. But I'll get back to you, and we'll set up a time. Okay, great. Any further questions about today? You know, I love the Buddha. I will say to you, I am the Buddha. But the feminine beings are also powerful. There's just so many. Well, yes, the controlling, yes, controlling is number one usually on the list to heal. And you do that by clearing, having healings, clearing and clearing. And you begin to see that there's no benefit to it at all. As you can surrender, all kinds of things can come instead. And you probably lived in a controlling household. All kinds of things you're going to discover about other lives you've had. All these things are reasons why control is such a part of your life. But I was a perfectionist years ago. Everything had to be in its way. And in the process of letting that go, everything went to hell in a handbasket because I'm just going to let this go. So now there's a balance that comes that isn't the have to or this has got to be this way. And it's all good. Yes, a controlling father. Yeah, they do tend to exist. You see, my mother was just loving. My dad, he did a lot. He worked at a job in the day, farmed in the field all night. I don't know how he did it. But I left early from home and didn't really become conscious enough to talk to him about it when he was alive. So, and do I talk to him now? A few times. And my mother was with me a lot. And I would always wake up like from a nap and my mother would be sitting next to my side for very many years. And all of a sudden now she's not. So it's quite an interesting process. The whole evolution, and everyone's is different. There's no way I could write mine out and you try to match it because it wouldn't be yours. Because you all are beings of light and you all have whatever it is that you your soul brought back into this world for you to heal. So, yes. So, I have to move along. I have my next person, but congratulations, Marby. I'll be looking forward to working with you. And like I said, if I don't answer, leave a message, because like right now my phone's off, but you can call, and I'll call you back. Exciting. Well, I hope you liked the talk today. I'm hoping to just keep bringing things to illuminate who you are and who you're not. And to where they become, I don't know. And I will always say to you, my teacher who is in Thailand always would say to me, I don't know is the best place to become. And I didn't get that for the longest while after he told me. And now I love it. I don't know. I don't know what's tomorrow. And that is the true essence of surrender. When you don't know, when you're not in the have to of that, is the blessing. So, many blessings to you. Yes, thank you, Barbara. And Mary sends you all love, as the mother would, as I do. And just keep your head up and work on that ruby gold peace energy in your heart. So, many blessings. I'll see you Monday. You all have a great weekend. Blessings.